Hello, everyone. Welcome to the official fall season of the Life Reawakened show. Tarek, go ahead and say hello so everyone can see you.
Hello, beautiful soul family. Appreciate you being here. My guarantee is that we leave this call more activated, more aligned, more grounded, more empowered than we did coming in.
Oh, I absolutely love that. Absolutely love that. And yay, that sounds fabulous to me. So, well, guys, I was obviously pretty excited about this because I sent the final email about this an hour early. So sorry about the confusion and sending two emails right before we started. But thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate you. I'm so excited for the fall season. I love this time of year. I do. I just love the cooler weather and the leaves where I am are just becoming gorgeous this year. So it just is a great time of year. So I'm so happy to have you all back here. All right. Tarek, we have a jam-packed call today. I'm so excited to dive into this with you. I know this is
Yes,
you birthing a baby
yes,
today, so I'm
yes,
excited to hear about that for sure. So
yes. It was a
thank
premature birth. No, the baby couldn't wait to come out.
like now. So, so guys, if you haven't been on calls with Tarek before, we're going to dive into this topic of activating your infinite divine blueprint. So we're going to learn about transforming your reality to live a life of miracles. So when Tarek does live sessions here, he has a couple group processes for us, as well as he's going to work one-on-one with you all. If you don't get picked to work with Tarek, it's as simple as being open to receiving and saying yes. And I've seen amazing things happen with listeners that you're not even working with one-on-one, Tarek. So it's always, your sessions always blow my mind. So I'm really excited for this today.
Thanks. And I would love for our audience, Gretchen, just to let us know what is your top challenge or top desire, and then we'll see if we can weave it into the group
Oh,
calls.
love that. All right, guys, if you can type that in, your top challenge or desire right now. So if you can type those in, then we'll be reading them off as we go on. But for those of you that don't know Tarek, let me just introduce him to you. Tarek Bliss Bibi is a rising star who has already changed the lives over 1 million people worldwide. Tarek works with business women and men on the spiritual path to help them thrive doing what they love. Through his revolutionary infinity healing modality, he is able to help his clients achieve and manifest their heart's desires with infinite ease and grace, even if they have not been able to achieve results elsewhere. He helps people leave the jobs they're not fully aligned with and generate 10K months from their ultimate soul purpose and careers in record time. What makes him different is he is a spiritual empath, artist, and starseed who has been in business for over 15 years and has learned how to thrive in business in a spiritual, heart-centered way while achieving his goals and dreams. He is also consistently helping his clients achieve grounded results in their abundance in record time. Tarek Bibi, aka Mr. Miraculous, is a facilitator of inner transformation, helping people on their spiritual path around the world transcend all their emotional and psychological blocks at their core level. In an instant, Tarek is able to help people release years of pain and problems to live life miraculously. And you guys will see that today. There's no doubt in my mind. A very sought after speaker on telesummits and festivals, Tarek's warm and sincere and loving heart centered presence helps and heals all who are inspired by his own journey from abuse and trauma to living an inspired life. Tarek is a sensitive, gifted poet, musician, and artist with a commitment to helping people all around the world become their best selves and learn to use their gifts and thrive in this new age of consciousness. He has been labeled an empath indigo, a starseed, an angel, earth angel, and a light warrior. He earns his name, Mr. Miraculous, because of the instant breakthroughs he has assisted his clients in achieving where nothing else has worked. Infinity Healing has made it possible in an instant. So, Tarek, officially welcome to the call today.
Thanks, Gretchen. Such a pleasure. We did a great call a few months ago, and yeah, I feel the energy of this call, and we're going to co-create something special. So thank you all for sharing your intentions here, and a lot of it seems to be financial abundance and some health stuff. So For those of you that don't know, for 15 years, I've been helping spiritual women and men, specifically with financial abundance. It's kind of my niche. But when we get to the root of it, I'm really a trauma healer. That the result is you experience more financial abundance. And for those of you that don't know what to expect, like last 2 weeks ago, one of my clients sent me a message saying, "Hey, Tarek, you helped me manifest going back to a job I was reluctant to go back to." She was on sick leave or something. And she was like, "The best case scenario is that I go back to the job, they fire me, and I get like my comp, like work comp or whatever."
Like
And
severance.
what is it?
Severance.
Sev
Severance.
I haven't
Yeah.
worked for forever, so I don't
Yeah.
even know the terminologies are. And that's exactly what happened. We manifested. So right at the end of this call, guys, we're gonna do a manifest anything now. So she literally manifested the best case scenario. She went back after not working for several months. Nila from where in Europe? I might get the country wrong, maybe Sweden. And beautiful soul sister. She wants to work with youth, and her purpose is to help them heal through working with horses. She manifested going back to the job, them saying we need to let you go, her manifesting like $75,000 that she could just live
Wow.
off while she figures out her purpose. And that's not the first one that's happened in the last few.
That's
Yeah.
amazing. That's
Yeah.
really
So
amazing.
for you guys, just to like increase your expectation of what is possible, and get excited of what we can co-create today.
It I feel like I'm glad you just said that because I feel like one of the biggest things that hinders us is the ability to expand what we think is possible.
Yes. 100%. And I break it down into increasing our level of expectation. We'll do something for that before the group healing. We'll increase our level of expectation to 100% and default it there. And we'll increase our level of belief that this is possible to 100%, because the mind just goes backwards, goes, these big miracles didn't happen before. Why are they going to happen now out of nowhere? So that's the first thing we have to do.
Yeah, very cool. Someone said they love your jacket. I agree. Mary said it. I agree. Doesn't he look so handsome?
Thank you. Thank you.
So talk to me
This is a
about,
birthday gift on my birthday from my parents. So
oh,
thank
that's
you.
so sweet. And it's like a blue day. We didn't even plan this.
Yeah. Go
So
Chuck. Yeah.
talk to me about like, why now? What's going on in our world that you have birthed this and are bringing it forward right now?
Yeah, thanks, Gretchen. So every time I launch with you guys and myself generally, the question is, if this is the last program I'll ever create, universe, source, God, show me what are the areas that are best for me to focus on. And this one is being like, if we truly remember who we are, then no matter what happens in the world, whatever happens when we die, if we die, whatever, like whatever timelines, there's infinite timelines. No matter which timeline we end up in, it doesn't matter because we remember who we are. So if during the receiving of the activations of this call, we remember who we are, then we're not fearing death. We're not fearing the matrix. We're not in survival anymore because we remember who we are. So all the lies we've bought into from childhood, culture, society, religion, even though religion had a very good intention, I feel like there's been a lot of manipulated, man interjected their own special sauce into all these great teachings, and there's a lot of distortion. So if we bring everything back into its true divine blueprint, bring our beings back into the divine blueprint that we were originally meant to be, right? They tell us DNA is like 95% junk DNA. No, let's remember the power of our DNA. Let's remember that we can access more power of our minds, subconscious mind, our brain we can use. So it's like the creator created us with all this magnificence, and we're only using a fraction, and everything else has been distorted and manipulated. So let's unlearn the lies, remember the truths, and remember who we are. That's really my intention. And one of the inspirations was researching, if you guys want to research this, because I've been researching stuff almost like a full-time researcher without getting paid for it. But I find all these problems that have happened. So I've been researching for 25 years now. Like, it's a full-time job. I don't know if people know that, as well as having a healing business and a mentoring business and a music career. And so I'll find things like, I'll discover manipulation with DNA. I'll discover, things with the matrix. And then I'll put those solutions into my music and into the programs like this one. But this one I feel is really special because I was researching a lot of this stuff in religion, right? So, for example, Jesus 33 crucified, and then I researched the human anatomy. So, if you guys research something called sacred anatomy, and I can share some photos, but it's like all these stories and allegories are all really talking about like the ram symbol. If you ever hear horns, the Jews, they blow the horn, that's in our brain. Like it's cerebrum, cerebellum, like so cerebellum. So it's all in the body. There's all these like 33 vertebra,
Wow.
right? And crucified right here. And there's this thing about increasing our life force energy through the spine and saving our seeds. And like there's just, it's all about the body. So the biggest takeaway, I was like, wow, if we were lied to about all these things, what, and the truth, the biggest secret is literally inside of us. The biggest lie and the biggest secret is in the mirror. Like the biggest lie is teaching us that we're anything other than what we truly are. So if we can just remember that, they've tried to tell us so many things of what we are and what we aren't, but if we just remember who we are, I feel like we'll be invincible again.
Interesting. That's really interesting. So how a follow-up question to that is, it sounds great, like remembering who you are and kind of deleting that programming,
Yeah.
but in reality, a lot of us feel stuck, right? Like we have anxiety, we have, depression, we have worry, we don't have finances, like so all of this stuff in reality is still happening. So how do you kind of navigate all of that?
Yeah, I mean, I'll share my own personal story and listening to this program myself. Literally, this last December, I lost my why. I lost my motivation. The business used to hit six figures pretty consistently. We had an all-time low, and I just didn't know what's the purpose anymore. I was losing my why, losing my purpose. I was like, maybe it is a good time to go back to source, and not from a like sad, be worried about it place, from a like I have no problems going back home. It's not a big deal for me, even though every time I share that with people, their own stuff about it, like
Yeah,
it seems a
for
lot
sure.
worse. For me, it's not a big deal. It's just going back home. It's like snapping out of the dream, going back home. And it was an all-time low for me. And then every step that I took, because I went back to six figures, I found my purpose again. All these amazing clients, soul clients I signed up with that like give me a stronger strength in my why, and healing those inner child wounds of depression, healing addictions, like constantly trying to numb out because I'm overwhelmed, whether it's work, food, relationships, anything, numbing out on TV. So all those things got integrated into this program, and from where I was then to where I am now, is night and day. And I want to assure everyone on this call that one of the activations is the why, because without the why, we're lost. So find, and why isn't something like God show me my why. It's like it's a
Yes.
blank canvas. You create that why.
Mm,
So getting clear on your why helps you have the drive, because if you don't have that why, you're going to give up. But if you have that why, whatever life throws at you, and it's throwing a lot of stuff at us, the why overrides and is bigger. If your why is bigger than life's challenges, you'll continue to move through, and
I
don't just go through it, grow through it. Every opportunity, grow through it.
that makes sense. Does the why change, like based on where you are in life?
100%. I really feel sometimes, and for a lot of healers and a lot of spiritual people, it's evolving, right? So there was a big shift that happened in the last 3 years, 3 to 4 years, and it's like what was a purpose before now has to be deeper. If you're the reason I was thinking of checking out, because my why just became survival. We're not here to survive. It
But a lot of us feel that, right?
A lot of people feel that. So if then you're stuck in that game of survival. So we have to choose another game by finding another why, asking deeper questions. What do I want to what like, so the people in Nazi Germany, the ones that said, I'm gonna go through this so that I can write about it so that this never happens again. Like they created their why. And that was like, I'll go through whatever, but I have a target. I'll go through the dark tunnel to get to the other side because I have a why. But if you don't have that, then it's like, what's the point?
Yeah, that
If
makes a
it's just survival, we're not here to just survive. So it has to be bigger than that. Is it something to do with your future generations? Does it have to do with sharing your gifts? For me and a lot of folks that I talk to, it's about contributing to the world, trying to make a bigger difference, make a bigger impact, make a difference, sharing our gifts. And even those who do that, we're being called on to do something deeper, right? So that's why this program for me is way deeper than any other program, because it's really going deeper within ourselves. And so the why, if it was just helping people heal, maybe it's helping people heal themselves, you know, like something just bigger picture,
Yeah,
dreaming.
I get it.
Yeah.
Callie says the why calms the mind to be able to move into the heart as an action mode. Very,
Mm,
very
I
true.
like
And it doesn't matter the age, right?
doesn't. The story of the Kentucky dude, Kentucky Fried Chicken. I think he tried out like so many years, and then at 64, he finally figured it out.
Which is amazing, right?
Yeah,
I
that
mean,
was
not
his,
for health, but for him.
not for help, but like for him to succeed in his mission. Yeah.
Yeah, right? That's amazing. That's amazing.
Or
So, yeah,
like Nikola Tesla, I think starting 50, it was like a shift in his in what he was downloading and channeling and creating for humanity. Yeah. If
that,
anything,
yeah,
life is like the first 50, the first 40, 50 is like mistakes, learning from mistakes, karmic cycles,
for
and
sure.
stuff. And then it's like, okay, now what is my purpose? Now I have the clarity. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm mature. I
Yeah,
know.
you do have to have a lot of those experiences to get to this point. So,
Yeah.
very good. So you
Never.
talked a little bit about soul recycling. What is
Mm-mm.
that and how does that impact us?
Oh my God, are you guys ready for this? So, like, I only say this not for ego or anything, but just to let you guys know, I didn't just watch a TikTok video and I'm talking about it. I've literally dropped out of college, 2005, and started researching like every book I can get about what happens when we die. I got into hypnosis. I started doing group past life regression. Sometimes it'd be 75 people in front of me. I'm asking them questions about what happened when they died. How many lifetimes have they had? You know, did anyone feel tricked coming into like when I was a kid for the first 5 years? I'm like, God, did you abandon me? Why is it so dense? I was just so confused as a child. I felt like I got duped into coming here. So
Hmm.
feeling my own experiences and having hundreds of people validate they had similar experiences, having grounded research, like I'm researching when I'm doing these regressions, I'm getting more and more people confirming things that I intuitively feel to be true. And the research that I've been doing for 25, I don't know if it's over 25, but like 2005 till now, whatever that is. And the theory goes like when we die, we are visited by beings of light who are apparently the false light. So we know, if you know about trickster entities in this life, in Arabic culture and Muslim culture, jinn are shapeshifters. If you watch Aladdin, it's based on Middle Eastern, um, archetypes. And the genie, the word genie comes from the Arabic word jinn, which are shapeshifters, right? So if you ever had a dream and in the dream someone's appearing to be someone you know and love, but really they're not, and they do something bad, that's a shapeshifter messing with your dream state. So study the movie Monsters Inc. because that's literally showing you how these, you watched it, right?
Hmm.
Like the monsters are extracting all this fear from children through nightmares. A newer one is called If. It seems super cute and innocent. If Imaginary Friends. Um, it's out in the theater, and when I watch these movies, I'm studying to see where's the hypnosis, where's the mind control. And there's been so many movies. I'm slowly uploading them on my social media. So Imaginary Friends is all about these demons um, that are that kids stop believing in their imaginary friends. Therefore, there's all these demons who no longer have like I forgot what they call them, but like a compatible human. And they're trying to so then this little girl tries to kind of matchmake the entities, which they're calling imaginary friends, with humans. But you can see during the movie when the imaginary friend and the human kind of reconnect, there's this like energy. It looks like it's a majestic, like magical experience where there's like all this energy, but really the way I interpret that is that that's the entity getting the energy from the
Yeah.
human.
Like an energy vampire.
Exactly, but
Yeah.
it's very well disguised as a beautiful thing.
Yeah,
Just keep it
interesting.
short, guys. You die, whatever. So in the dream state, whatever you're afraid of, they know somehow they have the technology or the third eye or something to see our Akashic records. They know what we're afraid of. They play it out in the dream state. They suck out the fear energy. If you're having addictions, they're sucking out your life force. Sexual energy is very, very important for them. So they suck out however they can through sexual energy. Obviously we're so powerful we can override this, but any weakness, they find their way through our traumas, through our weaknesses, to keep siphoning this from us. I'm not saying this to create fear. When
Right.
you share information, you get more enlightened, more light, more info. And so if anything, when we know this, then they're the ones who are they're the ones who are afraid. They're doing it while we're sleeping. And when we die, they know exactly what we believe in. You believe in Jesus, the being might show up as Jesus. Not saying Jesus doesn't exist, because I really believe he did, but if you believe in Buddha, if you don't believe in any religion, your your grandma who you loved as a kid will show up. But they're trickster beings, so it's really important you question these beings, because the only thing they can't replicate is the soul. So when you look into their eyes in the dream, I've had an ex tell me, you did all these things in the dream state. I was like, did you look into my eyes? She was like, yeah, they were all black. I'm like, that wasn't me.
Wow.
So the only thing they can't replicate is the soul. So look into the eyes of the person. And that's why we did a lot of, in this program, we have stuff to do with like astral, activating the astral route, like being lucid dreaming, strengthening our ability to lucid dream, have um, uh, out of body, like strengthen our ability to, our ancestors used to have out of body experiences, connecting to beings of love and light. So sorry, to summarize it, they'll then go, hey Gretchen, okay, so let's go over your life review. And then they'll find a way to guilt trip you to come back. Why do they want to come back? Because think about it, planet Earth is one out of infinite options. There's infinite dimensions, infinite galaxies, infinite universes. And for some reason, whenever I do past life regression, it's always Earth. And Earth, from my research, is probably the hardest place to come to. Like, are we just sadistic, or like, why do we keep coming? Yeah. So I really believe we're being duped to coming back here. And one of the examples are, like, let's say you have the spiritual ego. Hey, I came here to, help with the ascension process. And they're like, well, you didn't make it. You better go back. Now's the time. They need you. So if you have spiritual ego, they'll use that. Just like a narcissist knows how to manipulate an empath, they know how to manipulate us. And we're very powerful as spiritual beings, but we're also very gullible. We still project innocence outwards. We don't think someone's that evil or conniving, right? So we got to strengthen that. And in this program, we do a very powerful activation of the divine light that a lot of us are good at, but also the divine darkness. So that doesn't mean our dark side, mean like we're going to kill people. The inner dark could be being discerning, having strong boundaries, saying no when we need to, challenging someone in a healthy way. Like, those are all kind of suppressed with light workers, right? So we need to strengthen that part of us. Otherwise, we're going to be easily manipulated. And then somehow because they have to respect our free will. Even in my nightmare, when I went into the entity realm, it was a being inviting me into this portal that then got me into this realm where it felt like a demonic realm. But they still said, hey, follow me. And I was like, okay. And then I went into the realm. So it still requires our free will. So one of the things in this program, we practice no, like, hey, or like practice not feeling guilty, right? Because the guilt can be used against us. So you do the life review and they're like, you messed up, blah, 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 you got to go back. One of the activations that's the most important in this program is the sovereignty activation. So as a sovereign soul, Gretchen, you don't have to do anything. If you truly remember who you are, that there's an aspect inside of you that is the same exact force, that is the most powerful force in the universe, that's the essence of what God is, that exists inside of us, right? If we truly remember that that's really who we are, because when the body dies, what are we left with? That essence, right? And that essence has a consciousness, not a brain, not a mind, but like it's consciousness.
Mhm.
And it doesn't need to learn lessons. It doesn't need to forgive. It doesn't need to keep coming back to clear karma. It is the essence of God, universe, source. And how ridiculous is it that God needs to come to earth to clear karma? Like it sounds,
Right.
but that essence that we're left with when the body dies is the divine spark. There's no separation. But I feel like we've been going in these cycles and karmic cycles, and we've bought into all these lies that are just keep, because they want us to stay in this farm because this is their playground. This
Right.
is like a hellish domain for them. This is where they thrive. They need us here. Yes, we can create heaven on earth here by staying in high frequencies and not giving into fear and staying in the love frequency. And it's like they can't get us when we're in a higher frequency, but you feel it right now. They're just so desperate. They're like, let's create
Yeah.
trauma in Palestine, Israel, Jews, and they're just so
Right.
desperate.
Yeah.
Yeah. So one of the silent audios in this program is a silent, I'm playing it right now in the background. It's just going to keep increasing your consciousness, keep increasing your frequency and vibration. It's going to keep protecting your auric field from entities, like basically very important to play it all day, all night. And I'll stop there. But so they guilt trip you and they say you need to come back. And if we go, no, I don't need to learn any lessons. I don't need to save anyone. I'm going back to source. I'm going back home. I'm going back to God. Or I want to experience another dimension, or I don't know what the options are. I'm going to do more research with my regression sessions to find out what the other options are. Is it just coming back here or going back to source God, or are there like a million other options?
Right.
But definitely, if you choose to come back here, great, but do it from a sovereign place. Don't do it because you feel you have to. Because I hear conscious spiritual people saying, I hope this is my last life.
Mm.
But who are you hoping to? Who's the authority figure above you that's saying you have to do this, have to do that? We're still projecting human misunderstandings of what God is. Here we are 2024, we're still misunderstanding God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So you said a lot there.
It's
Good. Because, like my
like this food off, it's getting hot.
guys, please ask your questions too as we go through. But and we're gonna get to one-on-ones here directly, but I just want to really highlight something that you said when you're talking about the God consciousness within us, that spark.
Yeah.
And so you talked about, like God doesn't have to, learn lessons and, release karma and all of those things. So, um,
Please challenge me, because this is just my research. I'm
yeah,
not.
and so no,
Yeah.
my question is, so does that mean two questions I have? One, does that mean the whole like learning of lessons things is baloney that we've been told in the spiritual, like to kind of say like that, to justify why you're having a bad life? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
am I interpreting that wrong?
Well, I feel like there's a lot of gray. So I definitely feel the learning lessons. I came here to learn lessons. I feel like it is a trap. I highly recommend studying the book Exit the Cave. I know his first name right now. It's Howie. Exit the Cave by Howie. I'll be doing some YouTube videos explaining, like summarizing some of his notes. Is about to come up with a part 2, but he does such a great job in explaining all these traps. One of the things he talks about is, for example, when how many of us remember our past lives? Very few. Every now and then there are documentaries of little kids who are like, I was, what do you call, like pilot in the army in the US, and they go back to the town he was in, and he
Yes.
sees his wife and is like, that was my wife, and he knows all this information.
Yeah.
So some kids somehow are still remembering their past lives, but these entities, they have some kind of technology that, like, it's like Men in Black with the, you've seen
Yeah.
Men in Black, they
Yeah.
wipe your memory. So it's like, why are they wiping our memory? And I'll get to karma. I see Liz asking about karma. Yeah, thank you, Mandy. Exit the Cave by Howdy McCoskey. I highly recommend reading his book. I think it's online by donation. And so why are they wiping out our memory if the point is to learn lessons? How hard is it for us to learn our lessons if every lifetime they're erasing our memory?
Right.
Imagine you want to be a master's in something in university, a master's of psychology, right? And then every time you graduate, they just wipe out all your memory. How are we supposed to like keep building off of our past stuff? That feels like a little That feels
Yeah.
like a manipulation to me, that they're erasing everything. The trauma stays. The trauma's building up lifetime after lifetime, but the memories are completely wiped out.
Interesting. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then,
Yeah.
yeah, Liz says karma. So what about that?
So karma, I'll speak from my own life experience. When I held on to resentment, my dad loved me and I misunderstood his love. It was just really tough love. And I thought he hated me. I created the belief that my father hated me. I then stayed in my victim, which created my victim consciousness, and choosing to be a victim and not forgiving and holding resentment created a whole reality where I was stuck in victim. I was the victim. I was attracting victimizers and I wasn't forgiving. Therefore, there was a lot of abuse. I was abusing my body with drugs and alcohol till age 25, where everything shifted. So I created my own negative karma through not forgiving, right?
Mhm.
So I still believe, like, we still have like little remnants of great wisdom from, in Christianity through Jesus. It would be the power of forgiveness, right? Um, and how from the Eastern religions they talk about the idea of karma. So by me not forgiving, I'm creating um,
Pattern.
negative patterns. I'm adding more stuff to make my life harder. And through forgiveness, self forgiveness, and forgiveness of others, you can then kind of shift into a different reality. But I also feel karma can be a trap, because it's like, how many people truly in this life are going to clear all their karma, like all lifetimes, all ancestral lineage karma? Like, what divine source, God, universal being is like, sorry, Gretchen, you're only cleared 50%. Get your butt back there and like clear the other 50%. That doesn't, like, I've experienced the divinity. I've experienced true divinity. And I was just crying for an hour. And I was just like, wow, this is like a unconditional love showering down on me. I don't have to do anything. I'm accepted exactly where I'm at, with all the mistakes that I felt I'm not deserving and worthy of this love. And it's like, no, you are exactly where you're at. And I wish every being on this planet could experience that, because once you experience God's unconditional love, you're like, oh, why am I being so hard on myself?
Yeah.
Why did I buy into the conditionality of love when it's truly meant to be unconditional?
It's such a fascinating topic. I could go on and on because when you
Yeah.
said that, it brought up the whole, because I grew up Catholic. So it
Okay.
brought up baptism and to get rid of original sin. And I always questioned it because I'm like, if God is so God and loves everybody, why would he send a child, a baby, if they happen to die, to hell? Like it just
Right.
made no sense to me
Right.
at all. Like this
Yeah.
doesn't make any sense.
Right.
So, and then my follow-up question about the God divine light
Yeah.
being activated. So that was really a light bulb moment for me when you said, we all have this. So does that mean we all have this inside, that is the power that we can use to create our reality? Because God is the creator, right? So is that what that means? So like to help shift things and, really tapping into that to activate, get rid of the junk and activate where we want to go, the possibilities, right? So
Yeah. I believe in us as a creator, and I believe it's where creativity comes from, where art comes from, where poetry comes from, where our, we can channel amazing divine ideas. A lot of people talk about getting these downloads and then someone else doing it. It's like, who's sending us these downloads? So I believe we can at any point either, like, I feel there are opposing forces, and you can get the ideas of how to imprison humanity, or we can channel the ideas that are here to uh, enlighten humanity. But all the people who are standing for love and truth um, are a threat to these. Like, I felt like a threat to these dark forces since I was born. Like, I didn't have to do any. I wasn't like preaching on Mount or whatever Jesus used to do. Like, I wasn't doing that as a kid. I was
right.
just being. So our beingness, just you being, um, your true essence is like a threat to these dark forces. So I believe we can channel. Yeah, we have the ability to manifest what we want, create what we want, dispel demons and energies and entities, heal generational trauma, transcend all these limitations and blockages. We have all of that in us. And through remembering more and more of who we are and clearing a lot of the unlearning, a lot of, like in your example, Gretchen, like what percentage is still lingering from, you know, the Catholic, you've probably cleared a lot, but let's say like one managed to like still creep up and is still lingering. Like all it takes is those little beliefs that we still have lingering from childhood, from the misconceptions we have that we're projecting on. Like how much of us are truly seeing God for what God is, experiencing life for what it truly is, knowing who we are for what we truly are. Like there's distortions in all those areas, right? Based on what we were told. So there's a lot of unlearning to do.
So is that the what you've created, activating your infinite divine blueprint, is that like coming back to that so that you
Yeah,
can connect and you can create your
100%. I asked the three biggest questions that are the biggest questions for humanity. Who are we? Where did we come from? Where do we go?
Mm.
It's crazy to me that we're in 2024 and there's still debates about what God is. It's crazy to me that it's 2024. We're supposedly evolving. We don't even know where we came from. And it's crazy to me that we still have no clear what happens when we die.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like it's almost, to me, it's unacceptable. It's unacceptable that we call ourselves an evolved society 2024 with all this history that we have, and a lot of it is actually lies, and a lot of it is distortions. And but like we can't accept as a civilization to not know. Like to me, I would like to have almost like a video simulation. I'm going to gather all the information that when you guys sign up for this program, and there's a Google file where you can write notes. Everyone's writing notes. They're doing an in-between life regression, and they're saying, okay, you know, Tarek, Gretchen, this is what I experienced. I saw the false light. I saw the fall beings of light. I went into the void, or I went into the light, and it's recycled me. So we're getting all this data. And my intention is, once we have like, if we have 1,000 people saying the same thing, I'll create a video that says, okay, guys, here's a simulation of what happens when we die. Here's the false light. Here's the true light. Here's the fake beings of light. And don't go here, but go here. We don't have that. You know,
Yeah.
the ancient Egyptians had like a book this thick called the Book of the Dead. Tibetans have a Book of the Dead. Where's our Book of the Dead? We don't, and it talks about the things that happen in afterlife. And
Yeah.
even the Tibetan Book of the Dead, such a hard read, and was one of the books that I read. And it's even they say, be careful of these trickster beings that are trying to lure you away from where you need to be. And Tibetans, they have this like healing instrument, or like a sound, like a healing sound instrument. And when someone dies, they're literally like all just praying that that soul doesn't fall for the traps and continues going to the true
Wow.
light. Yeah,
Yeah. That's very cool.
we lost that. We don't. We
It's
don't have. Yeah,
so fascinating. Kathy
yeah.
said, "I'm still a recovering Catholic, 12 years of brainwash."
Yeah,
Yeah. Catholic elementary school. Yes.
yeah.
Very cool. All right. Well, we could talk about this all day, but I know that people really want to talk to you, and you have a group process and a
Yes.
what would you like to do first? Would you like to take us
I'll
through?
I'll start off with a poem just to get us in
Okay.
our hearts, and then I'll go into the group process. And for the group process, guys, it's the infinity healing technique that I created. It's Source God Universe. I don't work with anyone else, anything else. Source God Universe, with its infinite love, infinite healing, infinite intelligence, doing infinite things for you. And this could include letting go of beliefs, fears, emotions, root traumas. Again, alchemizing, transmuting what needs to be cleared, replacing it with what is best. And it affects you. It gets shared with your children, grandchildren, future generations, parents, ancestors, all lifetimes. And it also does it for the collective, because we're all connected. And all you need to do is say yes if you'd like to receive it, whether you're here with us live or whether you're catching the replay. Just by saying yes, you're giving your consent and permission to receive this. So here we go. I'll start with the poem. I didn't take a lot of time to choose. I get these poems literally like as a stream of consciousness, and I just type them out and put them on Facebook. Sometimes I never even read them. And so sometimes, like this one, I just gave it a quick read before the call. And I just intuitively felt it would be a good one. So please receive, and hopefully you can relate. So here we go. And there might be swear words, so forgive me for that. Here we go. Forgot to take deep breaths, starting to feel stress, wanting to feel less, Can't escape this feeling. Feels like I'm birthing a child, but I'm just processing these feelings, death and rebirth, growing pains. Don't tell me everything's going to be okay. Keep writing. Don't stop to think. Mental health is a real issue. Hold space for you to move through this too. Forgot to reach out for help and support. I'm torn. I'm bored. An injected nation. And for the rest, we give the new age spaceship so much strangeness. Don't drink the Kool-Aid. Where do we go? Those in the know to feel some sense of norm. I feel the coming of the storm. I want to hear peace, but I hear sirens. I want to close my eyes, but it feels like someone slid open my eyelids. I can't sleep. I'm counting sheep, real humans that no longer breathe. The evolved souls keep coming through and quickly want to go back home. I hear them screaming in my nightmares. I got to stop feeling like no one cares. I can't pretend that I'm not scared. I want to take inspired action and be prepared. I don't want to do it alone, but I can't wait. I want peace. I want to run free, broken into so many pieces like Humpty, the shadow, these demons that haunt me. Nothing seems to satisfy. I am okay. I just go deep into the abyss of the collective for a visit. I come back with news. I try to deliver it in poems, not sugar coated, raw and unfiltered. Remember that thing we used to speak? It's called truth. We've been so lied to, we don't recognize it anymore. They know what's going on, they just can't be bothered. Leave it for someone else to solve it. Got my own problems. What am I doing here? What is the point? Submerge me in your waters, hold me in your arms. He keeps on smiling because no one has seen where he has come from. Don't confuse kindness for weakness. Don't even have the energy to end this on a positive note. When the smoke clears, I just want you to be near. Exit the matrix of fear. Enter the world born of love. Enough is enough. Rest up. We got some work that needs to be done. This battle will be won. Rest up, soldier. Let your wounds heal. Replenish. Stay focused and discerning. Riots, fighting back, battling ourselves, breaking all of the mirrors. Can we try love? Love is not for sale. Love is what we crave. Love is for free. But we resist it. We complicate it. We control it. We negotiate it. We exchange for it. But it is truly unconditional. And may we all remember that we can receive this love unconditionally, freely, and easily. And so it is. So starting now, I invite you to close your eyes, take a deep belly breath. And starting now, would you like an infinity healing to let go of some of the belief systems, the mindsets, blueprints, templates, traits, attributes, habits, perceptions, perspectives, and judgments to do with money? Would you like an infinity healing to clear that? Would you like an infinity healing to have your level of belief be a 10 out of 10 defaulted for today's healing? That you would believe that this can happen to you? Would you like an infinity healing to have your level of expectations to be a 10 out of 10 defaulted at 10 out of 10 or 100%? Expecting this to work for you. Would you like an infinity healing to have Source God Universe clear some of the fears, some of the emotions that are in the way of your financial abundance? Clearing the unworthiness, not deserving, not good enough, not claiming your worth, not owning your value, not charging your worth, not feeling good enough, not worthy, not deserving. Would you like an infinity healing to clear those beliefs and programs about wealthy people, sleazy salesperson, money being the root of all evil, rich people being evil people, just remembering the truth about ourselves, about our ability to receive more and more financial abundance, that we're deserving of it. It's our divine birthright. You can have whatever you want. You can be spiritual and financially abundant. That you will not sell your soul for being more financially abundant. That you won't become a bad person for becoming wealthier and wealthier. Would you like that? And anything you picked up from childhood, from mom, from dad, culture, society, religion, media, that found its way into your being that's limiting your financial abundance, would you like an infinity healing to clear that? Yes. And the two areas that I focus on are financial abundance and life purpose. So imagine a world where we're all only doing what we love, fully aligned with our purpose and passion, and also thriving financially from it. So, would you like an infinity healing to have infinite belief in yourself, infinite belief in your gifts and abilities, to have the motivation, dedication, inspiration, resilience, focus on what is your ultimate goal, aim, desire, objective? Would you like that? And would you like an infinity healing also to clear the limiting beliefs, the fears, the emotions, the root traumas that are in the way of you being able to fully align and embody your ultimate passion and purpose in life? And to heal the fears of being seen. 99% of my clients, I call it the residue witch hunt syndrome, where you feel like you're going to be hunted down when you're in your full power. So healing the fear of being seen on all levels, all space-time dimensions. Would you like that? And instead replace it with, I am safe to be seen. I'm safe to be seen in my fullness. It is safe for me to share all my gifts, talents, and abilities. Would you like that? Yes. And a lot of us have these powerful gifts and we're not claiming them. Not claiming them means you have a very powerful healing ability and you're sharing it by doing hair for your clients. Um, I had a friend who used to do that. She used to do Reiki on her clients without letting them know while doing their hair. So that's not valuing and not claiming your gifts. Or a massage therapist that's sending all this healing for free with a massage. Like, claim it. It's okay to stick out from the matrix jobs. Like, it's okay to say, hey, I also do this thing that's a little out there and it's healing and it's its own separate thing. Like, really claiming it, valuing it, charging for it. Would you like an infinity healing for that? And also remembering that just because it comes from source, God, universe, doesn't mean we have to give it for free. So still valuing our time, valuing our energy, valuing our gifts, valuing our abilities, and creating a reality where we can actually have reciprocity when we share it. We can also get paid for it, and clearing all the beliefs that say you can't charge for the healing. Like, it's coming from God. Yes, it's coming from God's source, but you're holding space requires skills. You're being fully present requires skills. You're fully in your heart. You're taking care of your energy. You're not partying every day and smoking weed and doing drugs. Like, you're keeping your aura cleansed. You're doing your spiritual practices. All of that, um, you can claim that, right? You can be a great listener, fully present, holding space. um, yeah, all of that you can claim. You can claim your time. Your time is valuable. So would you like that? And to conclude, let's just bless this forward to our planet. So whether it's Palestine, Israel, Jews, Muslims, Christians, anyone suffering, struggling in the world right now. So imagine every cell in your body shining like the sun, radiating in all directions, bringing your being back into its divine blueprint, filling it, let it fill your auric field, let it fill the home that you're in, all your connections, all your projects, and anything that found its way into our being or field that is not of the divine blueprint. Would you like to alchemize, transmute it, send it back to where it needs to go, and let that spread into the room that we're in? Let it spread into the city that we're in. Let it spread into the country that we're in. Blessing all beings in all space-time dimensions. Let it spread into the planet that we're in. And let it just fill all versions of the planet, all timelines, sending all less than love energies or entities back where they need to go, sealing any holes in our aura, holes in our planet, bringing all the sacred ley lines on our planet back into their divine blueprint, alchemizing, transmuting any evil technologies, any less than love intentions, and just helping all beings remember who they are. instead of feeding the black hole in their souls with more and more power and greed, just let it all be filled with source, God, universal love. Let it quench their thirst, their hunger with something that is infinite, that is permanent, and help all of us remember who we are, and help all of us integrate our inner children so that we are whole and complete. May all beings remember who they are. May all beings know truth and love and peace. Sending it to Palestine, Israel, Jews, Palestinians, Christians, anyone in the world, missing children, politicians, people, that we all align with who we're here to be and do what we're here to do from a place of empowerment. And then just showing us what are our next steps, keeping our eye on the prize, keeping focused, staying resilient, staying disciplined, to know what we want to do with our lives and what we want to heal within ourselves. And so it is. Whenever you're ready, bring all your energy and attention back into the present moment. Please let us know in the comments what you are feeling, what you've experienced shifting, and just tune into the energy of money. So when you tune into the energy of money now, what feels different now compared to before?
Love that. For me, it feels much lighter, less dense. So
Good.
I really enjoyed that. I saw lots of comments when you finished up the poem.
Yeah.
Lots of people really, really liked that and resonated with that. So that was awesome. So let us know how you guys are doing um after that activation. Thank you, Tarek.
Welcome.
It was really good. I see,
Thank you.
yeah. More deserving of abundance, Iona says. Mandy says, love that money feels more stable. Very cool. Very, very cool. Keep writing those in, and we're going to move into one-on-ones as well. So if you want to work with Tarek, please raise your hand. You can do that by hitting the reaction button, and you can hit the raise hand button there. So you can raise your hand and we'll get moving on to those.
And
I see.
Gretchen, can I share also real quick?
Mhm.
So with the one-on-ones, again, to raise our expectation, raise our level of belief. One of my first clients, remember I said I had that really low point, and then the first client who signed up with me to work with me for 6 months, we hopped on one call. She was not happy with her job, her matrix job. She knows she was destined for more. I've been sharing resources with her for several years because she's like a little sis, kind of soul sister. And she was like, you know what, Tarek, you keep sending me free stuff. I'm paying for your package. And she signs up after hearing that this other client that I did one session with got a 30% increase in her salary. That she went from being part-time to them wanting her full-time. And they also gave her all these like a health package and health benefits. And she also healed a wound with a toxic ex-partner, and also shared that she manifested a really beautiful soul, like a soulmate, after one session. So
Wow.
as I'm sharing this with her as a friend, I'm celebrating it. She's like, I want to work with you. She signs up. We do one session. She's like, I don't know, can I really claim my healing? I don't have a certification. We clear those limiting beliefs. She calls one couple that she felt could benefit from her relationship advice and support, and they sign up to work with her for 6 months. They pay her $1,000 each, so she basically manifested a $6,000
Wow.
client from one session and doing one call after it. So I just want everyone to know that the turnaround, and she was like the youngest client that I've worked with this year. She's like 30.
Huh.
So left made a matrix job that was sucking her dry, aligned with her passion and purpose. She's now selling. She also has a herb business. She's selling at all these events. She manifested a beautiful king into her life who moved in, is like, you're not paying rent anymore. I got you. Um, and so, and just going from like toxic kind of men relationships to this beautiful sacred masculine into her life. So a lot of amazing things can happen after a session.
I love that because then thank you for sharing it because that's just sometimes when we're so stuck, we feel so stuck and the same patterns keep repeating over and over, for years,
Yeah,
feel like it's going to be years longer till something changes. But what you just told us is it can be that fast when the
exactly.
shift happens. So
Right.
I love that.
Thanks.
Important, very important. All right, lots of that was beautiful. That was awesome. Wows over the story you just told. So thank you for that. All right. So, are you ready to work with people?
I am ready.
Okay, here we go. Um, Mary, you are first up.
Hi,
Hi,
thank
Hello.
you.
Mary.
Hi, Tarek. Hi, Gretchen. Thank you for taking my call. I just would love to let go of the energetic blueprint that I feel that I'm living my mother's life, as far
Right.
as not having freedom to do
Yes.
what I want to do, financial freedom, the time, the space, all of it. And it's my mother. I'm like, oh my gosh, and I'm aware of it. I'm conscious of it,
Right.
and it's still
So
playing out.
so it's how your mom was, where she didn't feel like she had the freedom to live her own life, and she was stuck in life and financially and with time, and you feel like you're living that out, right?
That's correct. Yes.
Right. And so what's the desired result that you'd like to have happen?
I would like to be able to to have the financial freedom and the freedom to do what I want to do without, my husband saying, no, you can't, you don't have the money, it's
Right.
his money, not mine.
Yes.
I don't, and that's my mother fighting with my dad about money. And she
Right.
begged him for money and he would give it, reluctantly give it to her. It feels like I'm doing the same thing, even though I
Right.
have,
Pattern. Yes. Let's break that cycle.
yeah, please.
Yes. Yeah. So yeah, so this is like living in someone else's limitation. So they, the sins of the father and the mother get passed, not sins, but like it gets passed down, right, through the DNA. So okay. So Mary, do you use the word source, God, universe, something else?
Source.
Source, you got it. Okay, everyone else, if you'd like to receive this, please say yes. And this is a collective issue, so thanks, Mary. Starting now, Mary, would you like an infinity healing for Source with its infinite love, healing, and intelligence to connect to you intentionally and powerfully and consciously and clear the root of the root of the root of the root of this issue? Would you like that?
Yes.
Yes. So allow a source to clear it from the belief systems, from your fears, from your emotions, from the root trauma, from childhood, everything where you've absorbed it. You've done like the subconscious mind's like a video recorder, just video recording everything. Okay, this is what it means to be a wife. This is what it means to be a mom. This is the type of husband I should marry. This is the pattern, right? It's just alchemizing, transmuting, deleting all those outdated programs that are to do with mom, to do with dad, to do with your ancestral lineage, previous lifetimes, whatever it is. And then first of all, would you like that?
Yes.
Right. So imagine it all being erased now. And now would you like source to replace it with the beliefs, the emotions, the programs, the reality that is empowering, that allows for infinite freedom, infinite empowerment, infinite sovereignty financially in all areas of your life?
Yes.
Yes. So to have the reality where you have more choice, more time, freedom to live your life your way, consciously co-creating your own reality, free from any past influence. Would you like that?
Yes.
Yes. And close your eyes and tune in from 0 to 10, 10 being it's completely healed. Let your intuition powerfully communicate to you right now. Where are we with this healing from 0 to 10 in this moment? First number that pops up.
5.
And where were we before you did the healing? 0 to 10, 10 being completely healed.
1.
1. So you just went from 1 to 5. Is there anything else that wants to be worked on right now? You'll get a very clear yes or no.
Yes.
Okay, clear your mind. Where in your body is this stored? What else needs to be done? Clear your mind. What's the first thing that pops up?
I feel the pressure in my head and I see my mom and dad fighting.
Right. So it's still that memory. Okay. So imagine a ball of light right outside of your head, front and back, left and right, and allow these balls of light activate like powerful vacuum cleaners, and just imagine them just sucking out everything, the memories, everything that's best for you to let go of. How mom and dad fought, the arguments, the fighting, how you felt during those experiences. And would you like an infinity healing for that and to create new empowering ones? So we're letting go of how it was. We know how it was. And now let's place an image of how we would like it to be. So imagine as a child, you can speak to your mom and dad. What would you like them to do moving forward? If you nipped it in the bud the first time it happened, what would you say to them? And look into their eyes as if they're in front of you. And from your inner child's perspective, what would you say to them?
Please stop fighting and just love each other.
Yeah, very simple. And if you can imagine them responding to you, what would they say?
I'm sorry we didn't know the impact it would have on you kids.
Yeah, they didn't know any better. They're unaware. And your inner child can ask for whatever she wants. Does she want a hug? And I love you and I'm sorry. What would you like from them for this to feel complete?
I love you and I'm so sorry.
Ask them for that. And what do they say and do?
And we're hugging and kissing each other.
Beautiful. And just picture, Mary, that your inner child receives it, feels it, soaks it in, let it really penetrate, encode. And would you like an infinity healing to integrate your inner child into your heart space so that she feels whole and complete?
Yes.
Beautiful. And when you tune in now, how does that feel? Any different?
Feel the pressure in my head that I had is releasing big time.
Great. Great. Mary, and clear your mind 0 to 10, 10 being completely healed. What's the first number that pops up? Where are we at now with this healing?
I'm seeing 8 and 9.
Beautiful. So you're close to a 10. That's amazing.
Nice job, Mary.
Good job, Mary.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I didn't think that was going to come out.
Oh, good job. Really good job. Thank you, Mary, for being here. You helped a lot of us.
Thank you.
You're very welcome, Mary. And I just want to emphasize, I'm not doing anything, right? I'm not healing. I'm not fixing. It's Mary asking, it's Mary receiving, source helping her with that. I'm just like asking, I'm directing source to be like, hey, Mary just said it's got to do with childhood. So source, can you do it for childhood? Just because sometimes people give me the credit, like I did that. I'm holding space, and I'm also asking source to do specific things. I'm directing the energy because it could go anywhere. Right? Does that make sense?
Perfect sense.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Next up, Rosemary.
Okay. Hi, good day, everybody. It's me. Oh, okay.
How can I help you today?
So, I have a hard time with money. It's like I wish I didn't have to charge my clients.
Okay, what's your service, Rosemary?
I'm an immigration attorney.
Okay. So there's guilt for charging your clients?
Yeah, I wish I didn't have to charge them.
Right. Okay. And so what's the end result you'd like to have happen?
To be able to honor myself.
Yes.
And
feel good about charging your services.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I got you, Rosemary. So starting now, clear, what word used for the divine source, God, universe, or something else?
God.
Any of the above?
God.
God, sorry, I didn't hear you. Okay, great. God is great. Okay. So Rosemary, I love your name. Starting now, would you like an infinity healing for God with God's infinite love, infinite healing, infinite intelligence to connect to you intentionally and clear the beliefs, the fears, the emotions, the root traumas that are interfering with you being able to easily charge, feeling empowered to charge, feeling worthy to charge, feeling also being able to receive that with ease and grace. Would you like that?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes. Would you like an infinity healing to clear all the judgments towards that, to clear the resistance towards that, clearing the, you know, these people don't have money, or it's bad to charge for things, or, you know, feeling sorry, judging, not valuing self, not honoring self? Would you like to clear all the things that are in the way of that happening right now?
Yes, yes, yes,
Rosemary,
yes.
yes, yes, yes. Clear your mind. What's the first thing that pops up when we ask the question? What is at the root of the root of the root of where this all stems from? It could be something from childhood, something with mom, something with dad. What's the first thing
Well,
that pops up?
I was raised Catholic, so that'll tell you a lot right there.
Okay, we're gonna do a whole group session just for everyone raised Catholic.
You know, and my mother had a poverty consciousness. She was a migrant farm worker and would always tell us her tales of woe,
Well,
and she
yeah.
was a victim. Okay.
Uh,
Well, she
like,
played the victim.
like the victim. Got it, got it. She was stuck in her victim consciousness.
Yeah.
Okay. So struggle, life has to be hard, that kind of program.
Yeah.
Right. And how much of that do you feel intuitively you're playing out from 0 to 100?
Probably 30% pops up.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, that's great. So you've broken 70% of that. Then that's how we honor our parents and our ancestors, is by having a better life for ourselves, right? They struggled through they went through all those struggles so we can have a better life. And the best way we can honor them is by having the best life possible. So if you allowed yourself to have 70% of a better improvement in your life, and there's just 30 residue, let's clear the 30. And that's the best way you can honor your mom. So would you like an infinity healing to unsubscribe, delete any beliefs that found their way into your mind and into your life, into your being, that are distortions of what is true, like true gospel from your Catholic upbringing?
Yes, yes, yes.
So misconceptions about money, money's the root of all evil, people who seek money, like seeking money is bad, charging for money is bad, clearing all those misunderstandings and misconceptions. Would you like that?
Yes, yes, yes.
And unsubscribing from it's like a thermostat. So we want to default your thermostat and increase your prosperity consciousness and default it into prosperity, abundance consciousness, having consciousness. Would you like that?
Yes, yes,
And
yes.
pulling it out of scarcity, survival, lack, working hard, nothing comes easy, victim consciousness, and defaulting it at creator consciousness. Would you like that?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, and clear your mind 0 to 10, 10 being completely healed. What's the first number that pops up when we ask where you're at right now?
20%.
20%. And where were you before the session, before we did this healing?
Well, isn't the 30% that I told
Oh,
you?
right. So 30, 20. So there's just like 20 left. Got it, got it, got it. I get it now. Yeah. And clear your mind. Is there anything else stored in your body that wants to be cleared? Is there anything else that wants to be done right now? You'll get a very clear yes or no.
Yes.
Okay, and where is it stored in your body, or what is the next step that wants to be worked on? Clear your mind. What's the first thing that pops up?
Solar plexus. And one thing I did want to say, money was never important to me as I was growing up.
Mhm.
And, my first job, legal aid, helping people, not charging. So
Right.
money was never important. And I've been trying to have a better relationship with money.
Right. So, Rosemary, let's see money for what it is, right? So, try to see it more of, how much do I value myself? How much do I honor my time and energy? Like, you want to go and do a volunteering thing, no problem. Don't charge for that. But in order to live, you can create a reality where there's just passive income, or you're financially free, but it's kind of wanting to not face the fear of being the person who's charging for their services. So let's take your power back from this fear of doing that, so that you can do whatever you want, but at least you're not doing it, you're not afraid of doing it, right? So would you like to take back your power, that you might have given away to any program, any fear, anything about being bad, sins and money and evil? Would you like to take all your power back from that?
Yes.
Right. And would you like an infinity healing to very easily claim your infinite worth, charge your infinite worth, feel good about having a price point for your time, your energy, and your services, knowing that what you're offering has value, and you're simply trying to put a price point that feels honoring of yourself, feels like you're valuing your time and energy, and is also letting the customers know where you're at. If you were charging free, they might be like, well, maybe this is not like a good quality thing, where this person doesn't know what they're doing. So the price point really is just to tell the market, just to tell the people who are hiring you, like, if you know your stuff or you're not. Are you a newbie? Are you like in the middle? Have you mastered your craft? Are you really great at what you do? So try to see, would you like to change your perspective on what that means, the charging of your money?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
And now imagine yourself, someone, one of your potential customers asking you how much you charge, and you let them know, and they go to pay and you receive it. Imagine it's happening right now in real time. How does it feel different now?
It feels really good.
Yeah, yeah. Perfect. Great, Rosemary. Amazing. Let us know how things unfold. Let's all celebrate Rosemary, her transformation. And yeah, we don't need that anymore. Good job.
And one thing I wanted to tell you, I just bought your program.
Yay! Rosemary, my prayer for you and everyone who buys it is it's encoded as soon as you buy it. You might even start to experience transformations right now. Is whatever you invest, may it all come back to you instantly, infinitely, tenfold, 100-fold, 1,000-fold, financially, spiritually, emotionally, and on all levels. Thank you.
Thank you. Sending you a big hug.
Thanks, Rosemary. Did you buy it right before this one-on-one?
Right. Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So there you go. That's proof that that prayer works, because you just manifested it for you right after buying it. You manifested getting the one-on-one. So thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Rosemary, you helped a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah. Go
Good
ahead.
job. Very cool. I love how that works.
Oh, love it.
Very cool. All right, let's talk to one more, and then let's talk a little bit about the program and answer questions and talk to more people after that. So,
Yeah.
all right, Iona, you are next up. I think that's right, Iona.
Yes.
Iona. I like it. Iona, Ioana.
Yes.
Cool. Which one's the real name?
No, both are my real names.
Iona,
Yes.
Ioana?
And no, I think it's a mistake of typing.
Oh,
No.
okay. I was like, that's
Yes.
really cool. It looks like a play on words. Iona,
Yes.
we've worked
No.
before. No?
No.
Okay, great. Well, how can I help you today? What one area would you like help with?
Well,
is it
right.
Iona?
Yes.
Iona.
Yes.
Okay, great. How can I help
Right
you
now I
today?
kind of struggle with nightmares,
Nightmares.
and I had a very emotionally abused life as a child,
As a
and then
child,
physical abuse, emotional abuse, all kind of abuses.
all level abuse since
And I
childhood.
start to work with the inner child,
Right.
and it felt like the more I worked and the more I become more aware of what has happened, the nightmares start. I resonate so much with what you said,
Right.
because during the day I'm present,
Right.
but when the night comes, it's so violent, nightmares.
Right.
Real or with a real person from my life or not.
Or not, yes.
Yes.
So like what I said, how these entities, they're also connected to our childhood traumas, because they just want to feed from us our whole lives. So sometimes they even help orchestrate the very traumas that we've experienced as children. They usually possess the person in our circle who's the weakest link. Whoever is the weakest spiritually, they get possessed, they do bad things to us. And then for the rest of our lives, if we don't heal it, they can keep feeding off of us, like you're saying, through your nightmares. So let's put an end to this, Iona, today. What's the end result you'd like to have happen? And Sadia says she can relate to everything you're saying, Iona, so you're also helping other people.
Sure.
What's the end result?
The
No
end
nightmares?
result is to be, yes, no nightmares in the real life. And
Yeah.
somehow I feel like it's connected to reconnect with my power.
Power, yeah, right. So there's a
Yes.
power struggle. Okay. And Iona, I'll definitely help you with this. We'll get to the bottom of this. And is it with mom? Is it with dad? Is it with someone else? The abuse?
More with mom.
Mom was
My father, somehow he was a very intelligent man.
right.
And I was more into feeling, not into conceptual mind. And I
Right,
was
more of the
felt
empath.
humiliated because he was really intelligent, but with mom was more like emotional abuse.
Right,
Because
emotional.
she is more into what it's called right now a narcissist or something like that. Yes.
Okay. Okay. I like to say people have narcissistic tendencies instead of saying they are narcissists. I just feel like
Yes.
I keep them in a box when I say that. Yeah, yeah. Okay, perfect. Iona, thank you so much. Do you use the word source, God, universe?
Consciousness, source.
Consciousness. Let's do
Yes.
that. Okay, I throw in the word infinite before that. Is that okay? Infinite consciousness?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. So, Iona, starting now, I invite you to take a deep conscious belly breath. And there's a few people, Ariana, Sadia, you all can say yes to this as well. And you're getting a lot of hearts sent to you. Iona, starting now, would you like an infinity healing to allow infinite consciousness to intentionally connect with you and clear the limiting beliefs, the programs, mindsets, habits, patterns,
Yes.
judgments, fears, emotions that are connected to the childhood trauma?
Yes.
Would you like an infinity healing to have your inner child fully integrated into the wholeness of who you are, feeling whole, complete, empowered, loved, supported, nurtured, taken care of?
Yes.
And would you like an infinity healing to take all the power you might have given away, consciously, unconsciously, take it all back and feel
Yes.
safe to keep it and use it to
Yes.
create an empowered reality?
Yes.
Yes. Would you like an infinity healing to cut any and all unhealthy cords, hooks, attachments, spells, black magic, evil eye, jealousy, envy?
Yes.
Yeah, to send these entities back to where they need to go, home, down into the ground, rehabilitation somewhere, anywhere, but not allowed in our bodies, not allowed in our aura, not allowed in our energy field. And would you like that?
Oh, yes.
And to fill all the holes in our souls with the divine consciousness, with divine love and light, with empowerment, that there's no place for these entities to enter.
Yes.
And to end all contracts in all space-time dimensions, null and void. And if this is, we're breaking up. They're not allowed again in our sleep state, in our wake state. Just we're done in all space dimensions now and forever. Would you like that?
Yes.
Yes. And would you like an infinity healing to heal the wounding that happened from mom, from dad, from childhood, from your parents, and to let go of anything you're still holding on to that wants to be let go of and replace it with what is best? Would you like that?
Yes.
Great. And when you tune into your inner child, how does she seem now compared to before?
It's a feeling like being, and like this is okay. Being, it's okay. It's fine. Yes.
Great. And how was she before the call? If you can just rewind and
It
ask.
was shame and guilt and say self-blame and self-rejection, even to be.
Even just to be, there was
Yes.
all of that. Yeah. So now she's free to be. That's huge.
Yes.
And Iona, from 0 to 10 being completely healed, clear your mind. Where are you at right now for this healing? 0 to 10, first number?
7.
7, and clear your mind. Where were you before the healing?
Like 1.
1 to 7. Amazing, Iona. So allow this energy to keep working with you. It'll just keep working with you till it's a 10, okay?
Okay.
Wow, good job. Thank you.
Thank
And
you. Thank you, Gretchen. Thank you so much. And
You're
thank you, Tarek. Yes.
know how you're doing with everything, okay? Keep it.
Yes, thank you.
All right, thanks. That's amazing. Seriously, guys, that's how fast it can happen. And I see comments here from Sadia and others that are resonating so much with these healings, and also like the tears and the are flowing. So I always like that. That's a great release, right? When they're flowing. So I love that.
And Gretchen, just for anyone who struggles, because a few people commented about like nightmares and stuff like that. There's a silent audio that I'm actually playing right now, and just imagine it. Like imagine this thing behind me, like around your auric field while you're sleeping at night. So it's a silent audio, and it's got a protection, a shield that
Oh,
shields you during your sleep state. So just for you guys to know, that's available for you in the program as
awesome.
well.
And I was going to ask, so I'm posting the link to the program here. It's lifereawakened.com/Tariq24A. A is for autumn. So Tariq24A. We're going to go over that. But before we do, Tariq, I would like to kind of connect the dots of how you're working one-on-one with people and going through these issues of, abundance and inner child work. Like, how does that relate to the program? Like, how can we because obviously there is a session you can add on, a one-on-one session with
Right.
Charlie if you want that.
Yeah.
But for people working through the program, you said the protection, like how does that, if you can bring that all together, I think that would be
Yeah. Yeah,
super.
100%. So the infinity healing works not just in real time. So if someone listened to this replay and they said yes tomorrow, they're still going to get the healing that everyone received today. Just like the people who were saying yes, we're feeling the effects, but they weren't doing the one-on-one. So that proves to us that it's not me, because it's source, God, universe that's available, that's there at all times. So if you're listening to an audio MP3 after you buy the program today, a week from today, I'm not there in real time. You're saying yes. Source is ever present. God is ever present. So when you're saying yes, you're allowing source, God, universe to do those healings for you in that time. So it's like me doing it, recording it, the intention's there. And when you say yes, whenever you decide to do it, you get the infinity healing.
So
And they're
odd,
long. So we did like 5 minutes, and the
yeah,
modules have like 30-minute long, packed with healings. I'm not just a lot of times I'll buy healing programs. There's a lot of talking involved. I have a lot of Aries in me. I'm like, I want you guys to have all the results now, the fastest way possible, easiest possible, cheapest way possible, and like no fluff, just like straight to
right
the point.
through it.
Yeah.
So in the audios, I'll share my screen a little bit and we'll go through it. But in the audios, you do what you just did. So people will say yes along, like you'll give statements.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. Yeah. You're
Got it.
not falling asleep. So a lot of people fall asleep. They say they fall asleep, but that's their higher self just completely getting them out of the way so that they receive it. So
Okay.
if you happen to fall asleep during listening to it, trust that it still worked.
Okay.
And that your higher self just wanted you completely out of the way to not get in the way. But yeah, it's 30 minutes of you saying yes, just like you did on the live call. It's exactly the same.
Cool. Okay, good. All right. So let me share my screen here so you guys can take a look at this. All right, there we are. Okay. So activate your infinite divine blueprint, transform your reality to live a life of miracles. So you guys can read through this. I love this. What if there was a way to activate your infinite potential, experience profound healing, and achieve true freedom without any endless struggle or complex methods? And I think that really sums up your work pretty beautifully there, Tariq. So, okay. So here we go. First of all, let's talk about who this is for. Who
Yeah.
is this program for, Tariq?
Yeah, if you feel like you're on the spiritual journey, you're a healer. 95% of my clients are women on the spiritual journey who feel that they have gifts, talents, and abilities for the world. You feel different than others. You're an empath. You might resonate with being a starseed or a light worker. That's usually the people I connect with. But very quite simply, just anyone who wants to, like anyone who wants to better their lives, and not like how you heard people stuck in nightmares from traumas from childhood or living their mom's nightmares. Like I'm a big believer in take your power back. Like you decide how you want your reality to be. And for me, the journey started at 25. I was blessed that I had it so early. So anyone who wants to live their lives fully empowered, fully free, fully sovereign. A lot of you guys mentioned stuff about money. That's like my superpower. and it's encoded into everything that I do. And you guys also mentioned health. We didn't get to do the health stuff. There's 2 modules for health, very powerful modules for health in this program. So for anyone who wants to better themselves, really.
Awesome. Very good. Okay. So, and you guys can read these stories. They are always amazing. So you can read some here, and there's videos at the bottom that you can check out too, of stories of people that have worked with Tarek. So let me get down here to what is included.
Mm.
All right. Well, first of
Oh, yeah.
all, is
I was going to say that.
yeah.
What were you going to say?
Yeah, activating your spiritual protection. So that's what you're doing
Okay.
here in the background, right?
Yes, and I was just going to say, stay tuned, because right after this, we're going to do my favorite thing, which is called Manifest Anything Now. So I'm going to, just for 5 minutes, help, or like less, help you manifest anything you're desiring. We'll do that right after this.
Awesome. Very, very good. Okay, so that's happening next. So talk to us about this opening week protection. That's what you're playing in the background.
Yes. Yes, it does so many things. So it's an infinity healing. There's no words, so that you can blast it if you're working in a workplace. You can blast it at night while you're sleeping. You can blast it during the day, anytime. And it does several things. Increases your level of consciousness, which really is the ultimate thing, is your level of consciousness. Frequency and vibration. So we're not stuck in those heavy, dense frequencies where the demons are thriving. We're beyond that. And we're helping raise the collective as well. And that's where, like, we're in the miracle zone. Things happen easier. We're manifesting easier. We're not stuck in the fear survival. And it has an intention to protect you from entities and spiritual warfare, strengthens your light body, strengthens your boundaries, so many things.
Awesome. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, so now here
Oh, it's
is
got the Ho'oponopono encoded as well. So you're continuously forgiving yourself for anything from the past, and in it is encoded in infinity healing to forgive all others. And the not forgiving is what keeps us stuck. So that's another added thing.
beautiful. Love that. Okay, so here are the MP3s that are included. You can go through those, Tarek. And remember, these are the MP3s where you're constantly clearing and you're getting the infinity healing as you clear and listen to these.
Yes.
Go ahead.
So protection, think about protection, protection from narcissists, energy vampires, actual entities. We heard 2 people say how they're having that, not, by not being protected, it's costing them with nightmares at night, which is siphoning their energy. So imagine just strengthening this protection field around you so that no one's messing with you anymore, and you get to keep your energy for yourself. So we started off with protection, but then on top of that, there's spiritual warfare, psychological warfare, the news, like everything is warfare right now. So number one thing is, let's be protected from all this warfare on all levels, biologically, all levels. Your infinite warrior. So what archetype is the most important right now? The warrior archetype. And it's not about like grabbing a sword and shield and going into battle. That's just one Hollywood version of it. Someone sitting down, meditating, praying for the whole planet. That could be their version. Every single one of you has your version. Gretchen showing up on this call, she's showing up as a warrior. Me showing up on this call, I'm showing up as a warrior. It doesn't have to be masculine. It could be feminine. It could be a mixture of both. So the archetype that is needed right now, that is being called upon, is this collective awakening of the warrior spirit, and you decide what that means for you, but that's our next step. So then the 3 most important things are empowerment, freedom, sovereignty. And the next 3 modules, we're basically clearing everything in the way of us being able to experience infinite freedom, empowerment, and sovereignty. Remember what I said about sovereignty? If you were to die, and if what I believe to be true is these beings try to manipulate you and say you have to come back, you go, no, I'm sovereign. You have to clear your karma. No, I'm sovereign. You have to learn lessons. No, I'm sovereign. Oh, you didn't save planet Earth. No, I'm sovereign. I choose what I want to do. Someone says you have to inject something. No, I'm sovereign. So very important that we activate that, because we forgot how sovereign we are. We're living by someone else's rules instead of living by the universal laws.
Love
So it's
that.
to break free from the matrix. Like I said, I've been researching it since 2005. And so I've learned so much, and part of it is the solar recycling, but there's so much more. There's stuff to do with the moon and being stuck in the matrix, and how the mind controls us and gets in the way of living in the miracle zone. And so just a whole module dedicated to breaking free from all these traps. We talked about it earlier. If you simply remember who you are, you're unstoppable because you're not going to be afraid of death. You're not going to be afraid of all the fuckery that's happening on our planet. You just remember who you are. And there's a freedom and liberation that comes with that. You can't be controlled anymore.
Awesome.
And then, so health, I literally spent hours and hours and hours researching what happens to people when they catch COVID, when they got the vaccine or didn't, how it's impacting us. There's some real scientific data on how it's impacting us. So I summarized the data from a trusted source, a not-for-profit organization that's just wanting to help people know what the WHO organization is supposed to do, but it's doing the opposite. And basically did an infinity healing for everything. So imagine strengthening your vitality, your immune system, your organs. Like we just go over everything.
Love that.
Yeah. And then so sacred anatomy is part of that. So I explained earlier how all these things that we read about is in the body. So imagine activating your pineal, your pituitary. There's this part called it helps us with manifestation. It's connected to the hippocampus. So there's like a million parts of our being that there's like stories for, allegories for in several different, like almost all religions. So imagine understanding what those allegories are and doing an activation for every single part of those parts of your being. So the hippocampus, apparently rich people have a bigger hippocampus. This is known in like in these like societies and circles, and then the poor people have a smaller one. So imagine activating that. We don't need to stay in that trap. We can just activate it and manifest more powerfully.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah. So all you
right.
guys talked about health stuff. There's 2 modules in the health one. One is specifically for people who caught the virus or had the vax injection, and we're re-alchemizing it back into the divine blueprint, healing any negative effects. And there's another module that goes over the whole body, head to toe, activating all the sacred stuff that is suppressed in our world.
Very cool.
Yes.
All right. 3 group sessions.
Yes. So is that, those are the 3 areas. What are the summaries? So spiritual, there we go. So we've got infinite abundance. So a lot of you guys said money. So imagine focusing on everything to do with money. Clear. We did a few 5-minute things here and there. Imagine a whole hour and a half, keep the recording for life. So one dedicated to financial abundance, but really prosperity on all levels, because beyond finances, then we're focusing on your life purpose. So imagine thriving from your gifts and abilities, fully aligning with your purpose, feeling safe to get out there. And then spiritual empowerment, very important that we, again, activate that light body, become that spiritual warrior, empowerment, freedom, sovereignty. As a bonus, I'm gifting you my latest album. It's called Infinite Eye. I believe it's 7 tracks. Each song has an infinity healing activation in it. It's just encoded into the song. So I listen to it every day when I get up. It gets me out of bed and it's activating my warrior. There's a Leo anthem, activates your sacred heart, your ability to be bolder, dream bigger, get yourself out there. The whole program is worth the next bonus, which is the in-between life regression. What is happening in between lives? Are we being manipulated to come back? Find out for yourself. Do this in-between life regression. So most people do a past life regression. This one's focusing right there in the in-between. What did you agree to? Which beings did you see? What kind of manipulation was? What manipulation happened, took place? How can we learn from that so next time around we don't fall for the same traps? Probably the most valuable module I've ever created thus far.
Very cool.
Yeah. And then, yeah, we talked about the health thing. And then for anyone who wants to, so I'm also a mentor as well as a abundance healer, and I mentor women healers to make 6 figures in record time. So we've gifted you as one of the bonuses, the 8/8 portal event that actually went over my blueprint on how literally not only when I first started my practice 15 years ago, went from broke to 10K, but literally I went through another dark night of the soul this last December when I was hitting rock bottom, and how I went back to 6 figures. And I share with you guys the 10K per month blueprint in that bonus. So it's so much value.
Awesome. Love it. Love it. All right, guys. So this week the investment, it's a $147, so it's $100 off. And if you want a personal session with Tariq, when you go to checkout, that will be there, that you can add on that session with him to this offer and have a private session. And don't forget also the bonus the protection bonus MP3 that we're actually all experiencing right now is also included this week. So there you have it. So we'll take some questions about the program if there are any, as well as we're going to go through maybe talk to one more person and then do your manifest anything.
Yes. And I went to an amazing studio, like top of the line studio, spent a bit less than $1,000 to record this program. So the quality is amazing and the experience is going to be phenomenal.
Very good. I was going to ask this, Rosemary, what are the dates of the calls? I did not see that on the live.
Okay, I'll pull them up. Just give me a minute. Maybe we'll take in the next question while I'm doing that.
Yeah, I saw that too. So let me.
Okay, Life Reawaken group call number 1, October 3rd.
These down so I can add them. October 3rd. What time?
It's a Thursday. I'll have to convert the time. So 7, 6, 5, 4. I'm in Portugal right now. 7, 6, 5, 4. 2 p.m. Eastern.
2 p.m. Eastern. So that's call 1. Okay.
Same thing for the next 2 weeks.
Okay. So it's following the following.
Yeah, I'll pull out the dates for you. So October 10th will be group call number 2.
Okay.
Same time. And then October 17th is the third call.
Perfect. 2 p.m. Eastern. So there you have it. Put them in.
If you can show up, great. If not, there's a replay. And if you can't show up, just shoot us a message, support@tarotbb.com, and just say, please include this in the group healing, but let it be, try to make it connected to the theme as well.
Very good. Hetty is saying, I have experienced past life regression and equally fascinating future life progression. Do you address anything with future life progression?
I mean, I teach a hypnosis course where you learn about past lives, future, like you get to learn how to facilitate a past life, future life, in between life regression in the course, but I could do that during your one-on-one potentially.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Liz says, gosh, you give so much. Thank you. And Terrence also says the protection bonus alone is worth the price.
100%.
Very good. Thank you, guys. All right. So any questions that you have about the program, please type them in here. Here, Iona, can I use your recordings along with other energy healing practices I do? Great question.
Yeah, as long as it's not like, I just like the infinity healing to be received like on its own, just like if you're doing the 30-minute audio, just do it just that. Try not to mix other things, because I've had clients tell me that there are some famous modalities out there that kind of felt that they were not integrous or they have been infiltrated. So I just like that way when you tell me, hey, I listened to your program and I got these results, I can go, okay, it's like clean energy. But then when it's other things and then bad things happen, it's like, I don't want, you know what I mean? Like, I just want the infinity healing to be received as it is. But yeah, you can do stuff after, before, just don't mix it in with it, please.
Very good. Okay, Lauren, I am going to allow you an opportunity to talk to Tara because you have health stuff and other people may as well. So I'm going to you should be able to unmute, Lauren.
So Lauren, there's a mute button. Can you prompt it, Gretchen, on your end? Ask to mute. You did? Okay. So
Lauren,
maybe you're not able to do that. Maybe you try typing in the chat, or we'll take on someone else.
All right. Sorry, Lauren, I saw your comment. We tried. We'll move on to the next person. Okay. Next person up is Monica.
Hi.
Hi,
Hello.
Monica.
I have a problem with knowing what questions to ask or who to ask on, Saint Germain, Ralph Lauren, and just remembering what to do. And I'm trying to step into my own powers. I'm working on piece of property that I have that I'm not sure 100%, but I think I'm on my divine path. I don't know what my mission is yet. I'm coming into myself.
Monica, if you had to choose one key area, what would it be?
Being more sure of myself.
Okay. So
Right.
I'm not, Monica, I'm not sure of myself because.
I keep getting conflicting answers.
Okay, I get conflicted answers from.
When I'm listening to different things, I'm asking my body to sway test. It'll say
Right.
one thing and then the next thing it's saying something else. So
And what are some of the things you're listening to? Are they guides and angels? Are they tarot cards? Are they online people?
other healers, and I do not hear, I'm high vibrational. I do not hear anything. My ears have been plugged for months. I had a helmet on my head.
Yeah,
was-
Monica, we can only focus on one thing. So I'm going to help you focus on the first thing that you said, which is actually that could be connected to it, not hearing and not. Yeah. Okay. I got you, Monica. Do you use the word source, God, or universe?
Source, God.
Source, God. So Monica, starting now, would you like an infinity healing to clear anything that's interfering with you being able to listen to your own divine guidance?
Please.
Yes. Would you like an infinity
Yes.
to show you that it's safe to listen to your divine guidance, clear any manipulation of that divine guidance, any blockages to that divine guidance? Would you like that?
Yes.
Yes. And would you like an infinity healing to trust your intuitive guidance, have faith in your intuitive guidance, follow through on your intuitive guidance?
Yes.
Would you like an infinity healing to clear any doubts towards your intuitive guidance, disbelief, questioning, doubting, not believing, not trusting your own intuitive guidance?
Yes.
Yes. And would you like an infinity healing to always default back to going within, trusting your body, trusting your intuition, and only allowing the external stuff to confirm and validate what you're ready to know, what you already know to be true within your own being, but always starting from within as your own divine authority? Would you like that?
Yes.
Yeah. And would you like an infinity healing to get rid of anything that has been compromised, that's tampered with, that is not 100% divinely accurate?
Yes.
And just to have that default going within, it's always going within as a default setting. Would you like that?
Yes, definitely.
And anything you might have given power to consciously or unconsciously to external things, would you like an infinity healing to take all that power back and
Yeah.
trust the voice of God within?
Yes.
Beautiful. And Monica, when you tune in right now, what feels different inside of your being? With your ears, with your trusting of your intuition?
I'm not feeling anything different.
Okay, great. Well, just trust that all the yeses you just said yes to, that they are working on you, and then start to see what shifts for you in the next few days and weeks ahead when it comes to trusting your intuition, your ears, and going within versus going without.
Thank you so much.
Very
Awesome.
welcome.
Thank
That's a
you.
great one. That's a very important one, Monica.
For sure. Okay, Lauren is able to talk now, so let's do this quick.
Lauren's back.
Lauren, you should be able to unmute now. There you are.
Hi there. I'm so sorry about that. I couldn't find that before,
Yeah.
but I got it now. Hello.
Hi, Lauren.
How
How
are
can I help
you?
you today? I love your energy.
You know, I am a light worker. I'm a healer, and it's interesting. I'm always getting ill with weird things. And I'm just like to stop that cycle. So I'm ready to say yes to
Yes.
being protected, because I do feel that it's certain energies taking me down, especially when I start to climb up the ladder. And
Yeah.
you mentioned something very important, which is about that, that protection and that
Right.
shield.
Yes.
And I'm going to say that I've not done a good job with that. And I'd like to start focusing on protecting, because I've been a Course of Miracles student for many years, and it didn't, we're not supposed to entertain the dark.
Right.
And, so that's where I'm at. So I think you probably got a pretty good feel.
Yeah, I haven't read the whole Course of Miracles, so I can't say yes or
No,
no.
no, no, no. I meant just no. I just meant that I have not focused on the, the bad energy and the.
Right. Okay, okay.
I did when I was a child, but then I started to get into the Course of Miracles, which
It says
then,
don't focus on it.
yeah, it doesn't focus. It
Okay.
doesn't actually even believe in it. Um,
Yeah, so guys, just Lauren, is it okay if I share 1 minute of something
please.
yeah,
I'd love-
so I believe the New Age trap started in the 60s, and it was like we were stuck in these boxes, like heaven, hell, be good, don't sin. And it's like almost like we were animals in the farm, but we were like chickens stuck in boxes. And then, not saying again, I'm not putting down religion. I know there's so much truth in all of that. But then the New Age came along, and it's like free range chickens, but we're still on the farm. But it just felt like more freedom, but we were still on the farm. And there's 20% that is there to trap us, even in the New Age. And you just confirmed it to me. Course of Miracles being one of those things. Like in the New Age, a lot of great truths, and then one of those mistruths: don't focus on the negative. So I was telling my friend yesterday, if I was the ruler of the dark forces, and I was bombing and destroying, not to get political, but let's say Palestine right now. My heritage is Palestinian. And then a New Ager would come up to me and say, hey, don't talk about this. This is negative. You're bringing my vibration down.
Oh God,
So,
yeah.
so who gets to continue doing whatever to do? Who gets to continue to do whatever they want, not being challenged by the light workers, the dark force,
Exactly.
right? So that
Right.
one example that I'm so glad you got on the call. When you couldn't get on, I was like, infinity healing to clear what's in the way of Lauren getting on the call. So
Thank
that
you.
one thing is a perfect example of how the New Age has been used to usurp us, to co-opt us, to trap us. It's like 80% I can manifest anything, I can connect with this and that, but then it's like, don't focus on the negative. Is being misunderstood for, I'm going to address this issue. I'm getting nightmares every night from these dark entities. I'm going to address the darkness, versus I'm going to continuously feed the negativity. It's one thing to dwell on dark energies and the negativity in the world, but it's being misunderstood for like just ignoring the darkness. Don't even acknowledge it. So the biggest trick the devil ever proved was showing the world that he never existed. So it empowers the darkness to like turn a blind eye on the darkness. So there's a very important distinction between acknowledging the darkness and not feeding the darkness. But the New Age puts both of those in the same category, and we're just like, no, don't talk about negative stuff. You're lowering my frequency. Well, we got to be real. And truth, whether it's a truth about something that's perceived negative or truth about something that's perceived positive, truth is the most powerful frequency. People have been killed for speaking the truth. And
Oh, for
actually,
sure.
yeah, anyways, I'll stop. I'll get off my like soapbox.
Well, no, I mean, that's the very thing, is that most of us light workers that I feel that don't reach the potential of where we personally want to go with our work.
Yeah.
I do believe that there are patterns and negative energy that block us, but I
Yeah.
don't know how to address those negative energies
Right.
that block us without going too deep into the whole
Right,
spiel about
right,
it. I just want the
right.
protection. I want to move on,
I
and
hear
I
you.
want to do my work and not get ill. I get
Yeah.
ill is what
Yes.
happens with me.
That's the
Yeah.
pattern. Okay, we're clearing that. Lauren, what word do you use for the divine source, God, universe?
A God.
God, perfect.
God, source, universe, all of them is good.
We know exactly what that means, right? They're all the same.
Yes.
Starting now, Lauren, would you like an infinity healing for God, with God's infinite love, healing, and intelligence, to intentionally connect to you and clear whatever is at the root of the root of the root of what's causing the illness, these weird things happening, this pattern of sabotage blocking you from moving forward on your path, on your mission? Would you like that?
Yes.
Would
Thank
you
you.
like it, the healing, to clear the beliefs, clear the emotions, clear the fears, clear the root traumas, clear it from mom, clear it from dad, clear it from your ancestral lineage, clear it from all space-time dimensions now and forever?
Yes.
And replace it with any holes in your field, in your body, in your energy. Just fill it with God's infinite unconditional love, and let it fill your energy field. Let it fill your auric field, sealing any holes in your field. Let it fill your home, blocking any portals in your home, at work, alchemizing, transmuting any dark energies with any of the direct connections that you might have, bringing it all back into its divine blueprint, bringing your life back fully anchored in and grounded into the divine path. Would you like that?
Yes.
And would you like an infinity healing for every cell in your body to radiate in all directions with this divine protection? Your light body, we do a whole light body protection activation. It's encoded in the silent one, but would you like for now to activate that light body that is impenetrable, that makes you invisible to entities that can't even see you? And even if they do see you, they definitely can't penetrate you. Would you like that?
Yes.
Yes. And to do this for you, for your future generations, for your ancestral lineage, and for your inner child as well.
Yes. Thank you.
Yes, and you're welcome. And Lauren, when you tune into this pattern of like illness, so imagine you're fast tracking 2 weeks from today, a month from today. What feels different inside of your body based on what just shifted right now with this pattern?
I would say a flow of energy that is, you know, like a vibration that is more clear, definitely clear.
Yeah.
You know, I guess it's like a life force energy, really.
Beautiful. Excellent. Beautiful. So enjoy your life without this extra stuff.
Thank you. I'll get in
focusing on different
contact
work.
with you and share with you how I'm doing, because,
Would love that,
you know,
Lauren. Would love
yeah,
that.
yeah, appreciate
Gretchen,
it.
I have a request. I just need to go to the washroom for a minute. Do you mind guiding them into a relaxed state so we can do the manifestation? I'll be back in 30 seconds.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
All right. Lauren, good job on that. Thank you for being here so much.
Thank you for
Oh, I muted you. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. All right, guys. So I'm loving your comments, Sadia. I'm so happy. So much of this is resonating with you, and you're releasing so much. If you guys have any questions about the program, please ask them now. There is the link again, lifereawakened.com/Tarek24. I real quick want to just remind you, because after we do the final process, I won't go back into this. So if there's questions, please ask them now. But just remember that Tarek's program is $100 off this week, as well as that extra MP3, that bonus MP3, the protection one, is available this week. So that's a limited time bonus, and it's called Activating Your Spiritual Protection. So that's available this week through the end of Sunday. So you have time to go back and listen to this and really decide if this is right for you. Monica, that yes, there is a replay. It will be actually on this page up here that I just posted. So the replay will be here. So you can check that out in a couple of hours. And for you, Monica, I would definitely recommend going back and listening and see if something opens up for you when you do that, when you go through that again. Rosemary, I feel so energized. Thank you. Awesome. And Rosemary, I can't wait to hear what happens for you as you go through this program. So all right, Tarek's back. Tarek, I just kind of did the closing because I don't want to do that after we're all in this state that
Yes, good
we're gonna
call.
go through.
Good.
So if you guys want to get relaxed here, and Tarek's gonna take you through this process. Are you
Beautiful.
sharing a video?
No, I'll be doing it myself.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect.
Beautiful. So thank you all for being here, co-creating this call. Thank you, Gretchen, for holding it down, guiding us through this magical call, bringing us all together. Thank you for all of you guys who did the one-on-ones and took one for the, helped inspire all of us with the topics that you've chosen. And thank you for all of you guys who said yes and wanted more for yourselves and invested in the program. Again, the best option is the one that gets me and you live one-on-one, so we can focus on the specific area that you need help with. So for those of you that don't know, out of all I've been putting out videos for the last 15 years on YouTube. The one that on my old channel had like over 1 million views was called Manifest Anything Now. That channel got corrupt, what do you call it, like hijacked or whatever, so I lost it. But I want to share that process with you. So just choose one thing that you desire to manifest, and it could be something specific, it could be something general. And it could also be a quality, because we don't just want money, we want maybe the higher quality of life that it gives us, or the more freedom, more options that it gives us. We don't just want a relationship, we want the depth of connection and deep intimacy that we get from it. We don't just want a job, but we might want the fulfillment that it gives, that the career gives us. So all you need to do is feel into what it feels like. Bring all your senses. If you want to bring your, what it looks like, feels like, smells like, tastes like that, all the senses to it happening right now. So starting now, I invite you to close your eyes, take a deep belly breath. And I would like for you to imagine a big ball of light in front of you right now. This ball of light could be the size of your auric field, and your auric field could be just a big bubble around your body. Imagine that in front of you, in front of your heart. And allow Source, God, Universe to place into this ball of light the most powerful, potent manifestation energy in the universe. And allow Source, God, Universe to multiply it by 1,000, by 1,000,000, by 1,000,000,000, by 1,000,000,000,000. And the potency of this manifestation is so strong now. And I invite you to place into this manifestation ball of light the thing that you're desiring to manifest. Choose one for now. Catch the replay, do another one. Focus on one area right now. Feel it, see it as if it's happening right now. Bring all the senses as if it's happening right now. How are you celebrating this? Beautiful. And just let that get amplified. Power, and again, let's do that infinity healing for the hippocampus so that it increases, 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 increases. Any other part of our beings that can receive an infinity healing, so this manifestation is even that much more powerful and potent. Allow that. Would you like an infinity healing for that? And would you like an infinity healing for your level of belief to be at 100% and your level of expectations to be defaulted at 100% that this is happening right now? Would you like that? And allow this ball of light to get bigger and bigger, filling your room. And we're placing all our heart's desires into this manifestation as well. All your heart's desires are being placed so that you may be fulfilled on all levels. Sometimes we wish for one thing that our mind wants, but our heart desires something else. So we're covering both. Let it get bigger and bigger. Sorry, that's my reminder to be present. Let it get bigger and bigger. Let it fill the city that we're in. Let it fill the country that we're in. Let it fill the planet that we're in. And let it explode now, burst, and bless all beings on our planet. May they all receive all their heart's desires. May they all be fulfilled on all levels. May we all remember who we are, reclaim our infinite freedom, empowerment, and sovereignty. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let it bless all these millions and billions of people. Let it all come back to us a billionfold right now. And just breathe that in as we have blessed all beings on this planet. Breathe it all in now. And connecting to Source, God, Universe, knowing that everything you ask for and more than what you know to ask for has already happened. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Clearing all the beliefs, all the fears, all the emotions, all the root traumas, anything and everything that's in the way of us experiencing it, receiving it, creating it right now. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And if it's requiring us to take inspired action, please, Source, God, Universe, continue to give us infinite intuitive nudges that get clearer and clearer and clearer to the point we can't help but acknowledge them and follow through on their guidance by taking fast, inspired action if needed. Help us manifest all our heart's desires so that we may be fulfilled on all levels. May all beings be free, empowered, and sovereign. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So it is. Bring all your energy back into this present moment. Pull all your energy back, anchor it into your body, into the now. And just know that you being here has impacted beings on our whole planet, has helped raise the frequency, the vibration, our level of consciousness, rippling through all our connections, through the collective. And you showed up to be the change that we're wishing to see in the world by claiming more of your freedom, of your empowerment, of your sovereignty, by saying yes to yourself. So thank you for that. And we're just scratching the surface, guys, on what's possible, what's available for you guys throughout this program and experience, especially the in-between life regression. That, like, if I could just help humanity with that one part, I'll feel more than good to go. Like, I helped with that one thing, the traps that happen when we die. So I'm so curious to see what you guys will share, that you insights you get from doing that module, and you'll be helping us by sharing those notes with us. You'll be helping us help the rest of the collective. So thank you. Thanks, Gretchen. You're awesome. I appreciate you.
So Monica says, now I yawned. I love that, Monica. Keep
Now I
going.
know.
I recommend you listen to this again, Monica. I think you'll get a lot out of it for sure. Sadia says that was so profound, Tarek. I felt that. Thank you so much. Bless you. Thank you, Tarek, from Margaret. And I was going to prompt you guys to give him hearts, but you guys
Oh.
already took care of that to show him how much you love him and
Thanks,
appreciate him and
guys.
thank him. So thank you, Tarek. Beautiful, beautiful call. Thank you for bringing this to us today at this time. It's definitely much needed.
Very welcome, Gretchen. My
Thank
pleasure.
Thank you. All right, everyone. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll be seeing you soon. Thank you, Tarek.
Ciao.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye.